What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts. Hope you guys are doing well. I just went to Blue Bottle Cafe to get this $7 mocha so I can indulge myself my last day in La La Land. But I hope you guys are doing well. You know, I had a good lesson this weekend that I would share with you. I was booked 2 nights, Friday, Saturday, at this place called Sunset Rooftop. I made videos about it, you guys can see. And as you can tell, the videos are very different. First night, I had low expectations and the show was nice. You know, it was a nice crowd. They were listening and they were small and attentive and everyone had a good time. Positive experience. So I go back to last night and I'm like, wow, same thing again. This time I'm going to vlog it. I actually made a little video about me going to the show and stuff. It's on my shorts. And I show up there and they're like, oh, there's a birthday party going on in the comedy room, so we're going to switch rooms to this other room. And there's like a room, like a small room, and it's like some parties going on there too, right? And it's just like this urban party or something. And I was like, there's no stage here. And they were like, well, just take the microphone and start talking, whatever, and we can just improvise a show. And I was like, well, these people aren't here for the comedy show. Like, I already know how this is gonna go down. And like the host was dead set. She's like, yeah, let's just do the show. And I was like, well, nobody, and a few people did come at Saturday night for the comedy show, but most of those people there were not there for the comedy show, right? They were just in the just having some dinner, I guess, eating and drinking and smoking hookah. I guess it's a hookah place. So I'm just like, man, I'm just tired of these shows. You know, when I think about quitting stand-up, it's not that I don't love stand-up. I'm just tired of fighting. It's like I'm swimming upstream all the time. And I'm never going to stop, but sometimes I dabble with that idea. So right away, the girl, like one of the comics, she's like, I have another spot. And she just leaves. Another comic, who's a friend of mine, he was like, I'm not going up, man. He was like, I've done this long enough. I don't want to fight. I don't blame him either. I was like, you know, one of my friends told me there's a very successful comedian in Los Angeles and he won't do bar shows. Like, he's like, I'm not going to do any stupid bar shows. Why? Like, what is this masochistic, you know, attitude comics have where we've got to put ourselves through the grinder every single time? Fortunately, I'm not that guy. I will put myself through the grinder every single time. Most of my New York existence is me bombing at shows. Thank God there isn't video of it, and YouTube wasn't around back then, but my God, I made vlogs about how bad I bombed, especially at urban shows. Like when you do comedy, you have no chops. You don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's bad enough you're just public speaking, but you don't even know your voice. You're just some random guy talking, you know, in circles, and people can't connect with you. So the host was like, hey, you're not leaving, right? I'm like, no, just put me up. It's fine. I don't care. Just put me up. I don't care. Put me up. Give me the microphone. Get out of the way. And I knew I wasn't going to do a lot of material, or I did material, but I worked in a lot of crowd work just to keep their attention. You know, you got to comment on the room. For me, that's how I survive. I mean, this is a skill I learned from doing Indian shows across the country, because I mean, Indian shows, Indians, it's so funny, like Indians and like these like urban crowds, like very much the same, you know? Like I have to like kind of do crowd work to keep them going, you know, in between the jokes. It's an interesting observation. So I do it. I did fine. You can see the video. I did a little clip of it on my YouTube shorts, and you know, I finished. And the other guy after me is a guy named Corey Fernandez, New York guy. He was in New York when I was there, and he was another pro. Like, he just brought it, right? Just rooted himself on stage and did his jokes. And you know, that's what comedy is. Like, I'm not saying, like, I will never say do every show. I hate it when comics say, oh, you got to do every show. No, you got to experience every show. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You know, you don't have to. In fact, I was at the Dime, classic example. I was at the Dime and I was like, I don't want to go up. I don't want to go up on this show because I just don't like the energy in that room. I don't like the vibe of it. And I've done it like at least 20 times. And I was like, I don't need to do it a 21st time. So I'm not saying you have to do every show, but you never know. Sometimes doing these shows, you learn a new skill set to survive because you never know when you're going to need that skill set. I don't know if it's useful in the rest of life. I can't just go around insulting people and roasting people, but it is helpful on a Saturday night in front of a crowd that is not there to see comedy. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Talk soon. Take care.